It was pretty wild.
Mm, yeah. So what do you think they grab here next up against
I'm gonna
I know
guess
that now. They take the
Enchantress.
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 You're so smart,
I
man.
am. I
It's
try. It's the
incredible.
glasses, really. They really
Yeah.
it made my IQ much higher.
Yeah. The Mystery Machine was talking about this one yesterday. They were calling out 5 Rat 4 staff for banning out the hero in the games against them. And of course, 5 Rat 4 staff responded by banning out the hero again, first phase,
It seems pretty good.
instead of letting them get into their head and allow them to pick it.
This is another NA staple in the five. Almost every team plays Enchantress in NA, but we've seen a lot of other regions, utilize this as well. I think Enchantress is probably one of the strongest fives in the game. She's definitely up there. Um,
Mhm.
so I think Pugna is probably first five position pick for me, outside of maybe Death Prophet, and then behind that would be either Io or Enchantress.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Night
very
Stalker
strong
picked up
hero.
as well. I mean, solid against basically everything they have on no pings so far, right? I mean, Sand King absolutely hates dealing with this. If you get on top of the backline on the Pugna the Grimstroke, they get shut down. The only issue is you need to survive the laning phase,
Yeah.
and you have no idea what you're playing into at this point. It's going to be Pugna +1, and they could punish that right here on no ping. I know you're not a big fan of the Ursa, but I feel like he's decent against the Night Stalker.
I hate the Ursa. I'm not a fan. That Puck, though, that is a good pick. Counters out both of these heroes. So I like it a lot.
Both of Hoops.
Night Stalker and Storm. You do have to worry about crippling fear, but
Hmm.
Coil is a great tool for holding the Night Stalker down, especially since nowadays we're seeing a lot of Night Stalkers trying to get an early Blink Dagger, so will force a BKB before the Blink.
Yeah,
So,
they don't have the ultimate counter to the Night Stalker. Phoenix turning it today.
dude, I was gonna say, do you remember the old days of like being unable to put Keeper of the Light and Night Stalker on the same team because
Yeah.
they were just like, well, one of my heroes doesn't get to play half the game now, so
The
good stuff.
majority of the game because
Yeah.
Night Stalker just keeps turning it to night. Yeah,
And Keeper of the Light's like, please, sir, I can't. And then he turns it
yeah,
back. He like goes back today. And Night Stalker is like, nah, it's nighttime again.
yeah. Well, they thankfully removed the Keep of the Light Aghanim Scepter because having that huge AoE vision is way too busted, and instead put it in the form of a 2,400 gold item
Yeah, pretty good.
that you can have 1,800 vision day and night with.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Seems balanced.
Very, very cool.
It also
Again,
doesn't have to be on your hero, so you don't put yourself in harm's way. That's the best
yeah,
part.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I keep going back to this one because again, it is absolutely ridiculous that we've had so many vision nerfs over the years. And when I saw the patch come out, I read this. It's like has flying movement when you press his ability. I'm like, okay, flying movement. It doesn't mean anything if it doesn't have flying vision, but
It just
vision
does.
as well.
It just wasn't in the notes. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's very funny that Clinks can do that one as well. But and I don't imagine Clinks is going to be picked up this game, so non-relevant stuff. Wraith King and Monkey King banned out here from NoPing. So worried about Infinity just having a strong frontliner support, which makes sense because right now your only frontliner is going to be the Night Stalker. Would you be surprised to see like a Kunkka picked up last year for the side of Infinity?
It's definitely not bad. I I like Kunkka is just not good enough against the Puck, I think, is the issue. Like,
Are you okay?
I don't know what you can pick in the safe lane here. I really don't. Like, there's not a lot left that does super well against the Sand King. Like, most of the heroes that you'd want to ban have been, or what you'd want to pick have been banned, obviously. Um, I
Mhm.
mean,
uh, I mean, hell, maybe just go. Yeah, I'd honestly just want to see a Kunkka picked up here. You don't struggle that much against the Sand King. You don't get super shut down by him. It's another front line who can build a BKB super early. I think it's got to be some sort of front line, like second item BKB here rather than a super hard carry. And
well, you
you
can just
play
go
this
Life
game
Stealer,
reasonably
right?
fast.
That's like if
Lifestyle.
I'd rather go Life Stealer over Kunkka this game, 100%.
Absolutely not. I hate that hero. It is a 2.4 strength growth rate. They go Medusa instead. What? Why
How's
do we say
Medusa?
that?
How's that hero
How-
still in the draft?
How's it still in the pool?
I just look at this. I'm like,
Devil
wait a
King was
minute.
talking about that one yesterday. He's like, "Yeah, I lost the first game against my brother D&M, and then I just went Snake Lady."
Yeah.
Had to put him in his place. Pick Snake Lady. I'm like, alrighty. Good enough. Thank you for the analysis, buddy.
That's how it works, man. This hero is ridiculous.
One of
All
the
right.
few counters left inside the pool to it. But this hero, it doesn't feel amazing in this patch, especially after like the constant nerf to the Fusel Blade over the years. Most recently, I think every illusion that hits you now only drains 8 mana, which isn't great. At
Yeah,
that
it's
point, you're like better off just doing more damage on your hero.
mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Not crazy about the Phantom Lancer last pick and the Medusa. I've seen Phantom Lancer banned out quite a bit, but I haven't seen it picked up in that many games. But I was only covering the Pro Series yesterday. I'm not familiar with the Spirit North American and South American meta. And obviously they have better understanding of the games and they don't really fall back on being a slave to the meta like some of these other regions. You know, they're innovators.
I mean, I feel like both these teams' drafts are very strong. It's really just going to come down to who gets the initiation here, I think, and whether or not this Phantom Lancer can survive that lane, because you are up against Keeper of the Light Night Stalker, and that is not an easy lane as a PL. Like, Night Stalker is pretty tanky. He's like he's a strong melee creep, right, for the first few levels or until nighttime. But once that 5 minute mark comes out, like PL can't actually sit in this lane. Like Void will just shred him. Plus, it's very easy to just push him out of lane with the Illuminates if he doesn't have that Doppelganger off cooldown.
But you know, I think the Punick's going to be able to do a decent job of keeping them zoned. It's a huge struggle to actually trade with the Punick on the Keeper of the Light, is because you trade favorably by throwing out the Illuminates off onto him, and he's able to walk away if you actually throw it off early on him, stop him from dodging, which is a lot of movement speed to dodge easily, by the way. Then you know, end up taking it like 100 damage for like a 15 damage nuke or something like that. So I think they'll do all right up in the top lane. It's more mid I'm concerned about. I think Infinity are going to be in pretty good shape as long as the Storm Spirit doesn't lose too hard to the puck. That sounds kind of flamey, but that's just the reality of that matchup.
It is, yeah. It's not flamey. You're right. It is just a rough matchup indeed.
Yeah. It also depends what they do at the beginning of this game. Obviously, Storm Spirit not wanting to sit inside the lane against the puck. So whether or not they drop a sentry ward over in the small camp beside Storm on the Radiant side, we'll find that out here as they smoke up immediately out of the base, and they don't do it on Infinity. One team has been scrimming, and the other team has not, Ricky.
What makes you say that?
They've got Team Spirit here on NoPing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, look at that. Quick observer ward planted, smoke out of the base. The coordination from these teams is absolutely incredible.
They're ready to go, man. They're just ready to go. Ready to
but
fight.
They're not planting a sentry ward onto the enemy Storm Spirit small camp. Never mind. I take back everything nice I said about them.
What can you do, you know?
Okay, never mind. Grimstroke, Duster, you end up picking up 2 sentry wards. He's going to make a break for it before this game starts. He just knows that Mariana will scout them out by playing around the mid lane here. This is a big brain play, by the way. He's got superior vision due to being Night Stalker. Let's go. All right, nothing's happening.
There's nothing happening.
Ricky, please hype this game up. Ricky, please hype this game up.
Don't worry, we're about to have a rune fight here. As you can see, the rest of NoPing going under this ward here. And you know what that means? Infinity, not going to fight at all. They're going to go right back to the other side of the map, and we're going to start our lane stage with nothing happening. Is that hype enough?
Let's go!
They actually get a really interesting ward here. Then they block the medium camp with it.
Yeah, absolutely. You're playing against an Enchantress, so you want to block the small camp and the medium camp. You want to give the Enchantress as little to work with as possible and leave your own hard camp unblocked so you're still able to pull back, especially when you're playing the Sand King, who's going to be shoving in the lane naturally with Caustic Finale and Sandstorm. So
yeah,
make her go as far as possible on the Enchantress, and then if she has to walk all the way to like this camp, I'm not even sure if you can see pings anymore.
No, they're broken.
Okay, pings are broken. All the way to the one on the left of the outpost. By the time you get back to lane, your enchanted creep with level 1 enchant has almost hit its expiry timer. So that's the logic behind that medium camp ward there.
Makes sense to me. LeBron grabs Mariano's courier. Oh, and Genix. All right, spooky boy. Getting some good kills early on. Very good. Meanwhile,
Peter not going to be
his
happy
courier
about that
is
one.
adorable. What is this?
Unhoomst?
Leafy the Sea Dragon. This thing is so cute. What the heck?
Oh yeah, I remember this. Actually, I don't remember this. I think I've seen it before, but I don't remember what it's from. I think it was one of the expensive ones. It has Ethereal Flame on it as well.
Yeah, the Ethereal Flame one is not a cheap gem at all.
Yeah.
It's probably, honestly, one of the seasonal chests that came out where it's like there's no good sets in them besides just the courier. It's probably from one of those. All right, you will be able to finally deward that small camp there on the Enchantress, which will give him something to play with, and he will be able to zone them out, so he should spawn unless Duster wants to go for it. He is going to at least block the hard camp for now. But, of course, he gets the Harpy Storm Crafter, so probably going to use this to be quite annoying in lane.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you don't have a ton of mana regen on this, so you throw out, like, I think 3 Chain Lightnings before it expires with what it has.
It's still pretty good.
It's got like 3.4. Yeah, I mean, it's what's 3 times 140, Ricky?
You know not to question me about math stuff, right? I don't want to make other people look
you would have
dumb.
gotten it. You would have gotten it right, and everyone would have felt really dumb. Yeah, my bad.
It's like it feels really weird if like I just drop the answer on them immediately while Twitch chat's trying to solve the answer. I feel really bad because like I want to give them a chance, you know?
Yeah. It would be a very dank answer, though.
11d6.
11d6. Thank you, Ricky. All right.
I don't even remember what the question was, to be honest, but it's probably somewhere around there.
Good stuff. All right. Another note. Triangle tries to stack this one up on the Keeper of the Light, but the Dark Troll Summoner summons the Skeletons and actually blocks the camp there. Super annoying to do. But then
there's our first blood, bottom lane. Keep going. You can keep talking, though. I heard what you're saying. Jerry caught this one. He's on top of it.
Nice work, Jerry, as usual. But yeah, Skellington summoned. Camp ends up not getting stacked because of that, but then they plant a Sentry Ward on this immediately after on the dire side because they know this is going to be the goal here of Genic. On Keeper of the Light, one of the better heroes at stacking just because there's so much movement speed to work with as well as the Illuminate. So, nice block there by him. And they do actually get the Sentry Ward down. LeBron ended up placing that one on the Storm Spirit's camp, so everything going right. And I did talk about this one during the draft, but get your denim on, everybody, because Mr. Jeans is back. He's playing Puck this game, but he is rebranded to Guts.
He has been rebranded to Guts, that is true.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that he's not the one playing Storm Spirit this game. He actually goes right into PP there.
He might be able to survive this. There's no mana left on the Puck. Vortex in. All right, he does end up going down. Genic here.
Dude, he's manning up.
He's going to be able to fight here.
Yeah. He's got a Fairy Fire, so if he's...
Yeah. I'm surprised. If Genic Chakra Magicked earlier into the Illuminate, he actually kills the Puck there because he wouldn't have had Phase Shift off cooldown, so...
But he did have a Fairy Fire.
Yeah, he did have a Fairy Fire.
Would have been close.
Would have been very close indeed.
Yeah, I'm not a numbers guy. You're the math guy here, so I don't know the exact numbers. I would have found that kill. Let's be real here.
Very good point.
Yeah, the brains behind the operation, Ricky. I'm just the good looks.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
All right, so PP going down there actually slows him down quite a bit. He's already going kind of slow compared to the Puck. He's going to be hitting his level 6, I think, pretty long after Puck does, so it leaves him susceptible for getting killed. Hopefully, Duster makes that rotation over the mid lane and helps set that up on the Storm Turret once you have Dream Coil available. You didn't come in onto the Puck here, but again, he's going to get 6 with this wave.
Yeah, if Puck had a little bit more to work with, he'd probably just make the coil play right now, but he's going to need someone to either refill his bottle or wait till the 6-minute rune here and hope he wins that 50-50.
Yeah. By the way, we haven't talked about Nightman status.
Yeah, I know. I was talking about that. We have Nightman top. We also have RDO on the Phantom Lancer who playing against Nightman.
He's,
Nightman and Dayman. It's very weird.
Yeah. I thought they were enemies. Dayman was supposed to be fighter of the night, man. All right, we have action going on inside the dire triangle. Duster trying to stack these camps up, ends up placing an observer ward because the Enchantress is rotating. Dude, you don't know. There's no way you're getting away with this, Enchantress. What are you doing?
You know, he's trying. He did prevent a stack, so at the end of the day, that gold is...
dropped to... Oh, go ahead.
I'd say the gold's probably a little bit of an offset, right, in terms of gold gained versus stack gold gained.
Yeah, I am almost positive that they saw him place that observer and sentry ward up on the triangle, or sorry, high ground there. But for some reason, Duster hasn't sent himself out of sentry yet. Is pocket one?
Ron? Oh my god, he got baited. Very well done there by Grandpa on the Keeper of the Light.
Dude, he's just not buying sentry on Duster. I'm losing my mind here. They've got vision of him making these stacks. I'm not even sure who's going to clear these. I'm going to be honest with you.
Sand King.
Oh, yeah. I guess Sandstorm will very slowly take the Ancients. It'll take them a while. And again, with his vision up here, it's going to make it very easy for a hero like Storm to rotate in.
Yeah, I've played a lot of Sand King on this patch, and oh boy, if your 4 position is not clearing stacks, you just flame them 100%. Puck can definitely get the hard camp, but Sand King wants that Ancient camp because it basically guarantees a decently timed Blink Dagger.
Yeah, but he does need multiple, probably 3-4 point Sandstorm to be able to comfortably take that, and not just be incredibly slow.
You want the 4th point for sure, yeah. The ward, though, scouted this whole rotation, so they get the scan as well, and Lumiere is safely behind the tower.
Yeah. And they realize they're not able to clear out these stacks right away on Sand King because he's still needing more points. Okay, he's going to go with 3 points in the Sandstorm. And I'm pretty sure they know that they're there because PP ended up pinging that one out earlier. Yeah, he goes for it. They're worried about these getting stolen. But
ooh, Night Stalker TPing
in trouble, man. Yeah. Night Stalker TP in. I'm pretty sure PB might just like zip onto where the Sand King is and finish these stacks off. Is he gonna do it? I'm waiting for it, but maybe that's just psychopath behavior. Yeah. Look at all those neutral items, though.
Yeah, that's what happens every time. You get all the neutral items every time you clear the Ancient stack. So all 4. You got 4, right?
5.
Oh, you did get all 5. Yeah, it's just that easy.
Yeah.
And just like that, Sand King, 3rd net worth here.
Yeah, this sucks because they had full vision of the Sand King rotating up to complete those stacks as well. Like, they had that observer up on top of the hill. Just trying to clear this one out, but here's the punishment from Mariano.
No
he gets out.
shot.
There's no way.
You know, you would think, you know, he would move slightly out of range of that Inkswell, but Mariano gonna be kicking himself for that one.
Or just pull him on the way in on PB. Oh my god, that is rough. All right, at the very least, you got the Arcane Rune on the Storm Spirit and triple null. Like, it's ballin' time, man.
Yeah, that's true. It is ballin' time. They are going to get the mid-tier 1 tower, and with this, Infinity's really pushing the aggression here in this first night. They took top tower, they're going to take mid tower, and right now, NoPing kind of falling far behind. A 2k net worth advantage already, and this Medusa is looking real strong.
Oh, he's baiting him on RDO. RDO is the best player in the world.
Is he baiting him, though?
All right, maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe you should have just walked away on your hero. He walked away on his strong illusion, and he was focusing down for a little bit on the Storm Spirit, but then he's like, wait.
Coil. He's got him. He's found the Storm Spirit. Now the question is, do they have the damage to finish him off? There's going to be the snap. Inkswell, absolutely more than enough damage. Guts finding a solid trade there, and now Genic on the run here for the Keeper of the Light. Maybe just going to try and push the wave or slow it down, but he's got no TP, so he's definitely dead here.
I mean, he's got a horse.
He does have a horse, but the enemy team has a giant tower.
He's still got horse? All right, horse is down.
Horse is down. Oh, no.
Yeah, wrong way.
He's old, you know. I just forgot which base was his own.
Where am I? What's that, the Suns fan line?
Yeah, if I'm Caudle there, I just run into the enemy tower and do the where am I line every time. That's my excuse, you know?
Yeah. All right, top lane. We got the Bone Zone up here.
That's a fun place to be.
Yeah, look at the rallies. Plus, what, 18 extra damage here? All right, they're losing them. They're losing Skelly Boys, and they're about to lose the Dark Troll Summoner as well.
You know, that's a lot of damage to the tier 2 still, though, just from the Enchantress.
Yeah.
Worthwhile push.
Your position 5 did this? That's not okay. They're setting up on Sexy Fat here as well.
He's got the blink.
Do have a sentry ward here. He does have the blink, but now his blink's disabled.
I mean, he bought it. He doesn't have it yet, so he's not losing anything for this death, really. But
except for his pride.
Yeah, a little bit of pride. He's gonna be able to reinitiate with that LeBron. Ooh. This is a really bold TB here. Yeah, he's gonna set up for PP to come in on the storm. The vortex comes through, but the ward is doing a pretty big chunk of damage, and they're afraid to really commit because you can always just decrypt it. So, what a hero this Pugna is.
I can't do anything. He's too powerful.
Well, Enchantress has 1 point of untouchable and is out.
Yeah, literally untouchable, as we say. PP now invading the triangle. I'm not sure if he caught vision of RDO there. RDO's playing this one pretty careful.
Meanwhile, on our Medusa cam, she has a Manta style.
Yeah.
That's spooky.
And he's going to go in, but he saw this one coming again. I think that ward that just expired.
Oh, Inkswell stun onto the Storm Spirit plus the silence. They have a damage to finish him off. They do. PP is going to fall. And they'll be very happy with that one.
Yeah, they were baiting that one out for a while.
This was the proper RDO bait. I see.
Yeah. Man's a genius. It wasn't the doppelganger that he threw a little while ago. It was meant to be that one. Sexy Fat wants to show off his blink dagger, and he does see both Sand King and the Enchantress. There it is.
Nicely done. And a quick D-ward as well. Pesky Dark Troll Summoner dies. Gets the skeletons off just in time, though. Very cool.
Yeah, this of course applies to lane creeps as well. They get the bonus rally damage, so it helps the entire creep wave shove in. Not some skeleton warriors there, but range creeps do a ton of piercing damage to the creeps. And
I'm very confused. Is rally broken? It says they have plus 12 damage, but the modifier says they have plus 9. So do they get a stack of their own from the passive, and then it also applies an aura to itself? Because they essentially have 4 instances of rally, despite it being a buff of 3.
Yeah, that is busted. Huh.
I think it's broken. So there's just like a free rally applied to the skeletons, unless that's intended, like where it says it just gives 3 bonus damage as well. But
I mean, it doesn't say that on the can.
Yeah. I always like looked at it and I was like, these numbers don't make sense. But I was like wondering if there was just an extra troll hiding somewhere.
If you were really bad at math.
No, I was wondering if there was an extra skeleton boy just hiding somewhere. Oh, PP able to get away. Sexy Fat not going to connect on that burrow strike. And now they're going to go for the reinitiation here. Genic able to push him back. In going deep is going to be the Storm Spirit. The perfect Centaur Stomp. Going to catch the Grimstroke there. Coil committed onto 2. Enchantress caught up on the backside as LeBron's going to be able to finish her off with that life drain. Genic, Lumiere. Gonna do some work here as it's a 2-for-1.
It's interesting. Enchantress ends up dying completely to magical damage coming up from the Pugna and whatnot there. But the fact that you lose the Enchantress, manage to find those 2 and to control the enemy jungle, not so bad, man.
Yeah, not so bad.
All right, what's our status here on the Phantom Lancer? You are quite far behind the Medusa, man. 3,000 net worth behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even like this is the gotcha counter that you think it is. Like we were talking about that at the beginning. The Diffusal Blade only burns 9 mana per hit on illusions. It's not anything incredible. Like, again, you're better off probably just getting illusions that do more damage to counter this out. It's archaic against the Medusa. Meanwhile, she gets herself like a butterfly. Yeah, that's exactly what she's doing. She's going to have this long before Phantom Lancer gets himself an MKB, which he hates building because illusions don't really get any benefit from it.
Oh, mini stun there from the Ink Swell, but he actually burrow strikes out of his Sandstorm, so you do not have the damage to kill this Enchantress anymore. And now Storm's gonna be the one to reinitiate. BP on top of Duster, has Vortex, but not wanting to use it quite yet. We'll just finish him off. And then back out as the Nether Ward was dropped by LeBron, so have to respect that. And now it's gone.
Yeah, so respect is ended. It might just dive LeBron angry at him for his actions. I mean, Arcane Rune is still active on the Storm Spirit. And he got chakra'd up. He's at full mana. Go for it. Get that child. Is he going to dive it?
They're actually going bottom here onto the Medusa.
He ends up jumping LeBron at the same time up in the top lane.
LeBron looks okay. The Medusa, though, she's out of mana. She has 20 stick.
It's not
Okay.
okay.
Pugna is dead, but Lumiere, the much bigger kill. We'll see that one bottom.
Hey man, they were afraid to dive that Pugna. They didn't hesitate enough to dive that Medusa, which is the more important kill.
They were afraid to dive the Pugna until they found like the 4 heroes running at the Medusa. As soon as Medusa got like burrow epi, they're like, all right, kill the Pugna. That's a rough one, you know. Doesn't have that butterfly completed like you were talking about. That's a massive power spike for this hero. It helps avoid the mana drain, but that ink swell into the full burrow epi in that sandstorm, just way too much damage for this Medusa to tank. So
yeah, there are 2 interesting points to make here, by the way. The first one is that the Medusa chose not to go IF Scotty this game. Would you rather go for the butterfly for higher EHP and you know, not be able to slow down these targets, even though you're playing against a Pugna who's going to be healing his allies up? So a little bit unusual. There's also the point of oh god, what the hell was I about to go off about? Oh, that's what it was. The Dark Portrait. Speaking of the Grimstroke, he finds a kill on the Genic over inside the jungle thanks to him being scattered out with that Observer Ward. But going for this butterfly against a Grimstroke, who's eventually going to be building Dark Portrait against you, is kind of sus.
it does really struggle, but I think they honestly have enough other damage to kill the Medusa Portrait that it may not end up being that bad. Like Night Stalkers, like Void, you have. Oh wait, can you even cast Void on it? It's magic immune, huh? You can't Void
Cast Void
the
on
Dark
No,
Portrait, huh?
No, you can't. It's magic immune. Yeah.
All right, Enchantress, you have one job, and it's to hit him with Impetus.
Which also doesn't. Oh, you mean hit the Grimstroke with Impetus?
Yeah.
Impetus also not piercing magic immunity. Yeah. Or maybe you just jump the backline on Storm or drop Lincoln Spheres off onto the Medusa before we can get the Dark Portrait off. Either way, you know, it eventually gives the Grimstroke a very powerful tool to work with, but he is a long way from that. He's got Aether Lens queued up right now and then the Ghost Scepter after that, so, you know, man's got to dream big.
Yeah. This is like, you know, the 45 minutes from now. He's thinking long game. Speaking of Aghanim Scepters, though, Genic nearly has his completed. Just about 1,300 gold away here on the Coddle.
Do you like this first item on Keeper of the Light?
I usually like having Shard pretty early, but...
And Recall? Recall is great with Storm Spirit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Recall is very strong. So sometimes I prefer if you would have had the Recall first, but I think it's all right. This game, Will-O-Wisp is very strong.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to keyed up. Maybe they're just planning on going for like this specific timing they want to have it during this Roche, Aegis rather. But probably not going to hit that timing. Dude, they're just going to ditch Medusa and head over and try to catch the enemies out. They know they're somewhere around here. They've been playing around here for a while now. Mariano has got
He's just
great
going
vision
in
right now. He goes on Pugna. Great targeting.
Great way to start the fight on the backside. PP will be able to grab Duster. Sexy Fat will TP home. The BKB committed. They get themselves Roche. They get themselves both supports. So at the end of the day, not that bad for Infinity giving up that tier 2 tower.
Yeah. Two major objectives going their way and gets Keeper of the Light that much closer to the Aghanim Scepter, and they're going to smoke up immediately afterwards. You see 2 heroes are dead. They have the Aegis, nothing to be afraid of. Night Stalker, in fact, is playing pretty far back away from his team, trying to find somebody for them to jump, but doesn't manage to scout vision. They might in a second. See a vision of them? He does. You can see both the Sand King and the Phantom Lance underneath that Observer Ward right now.
He's going to play in his bonus vision, but instead walks right into LeBron, and it's going to be Storm Spirit that tries to find the initiation here onto this Phantom Lancer, but he does need to be careful. His BKB is spent. Genic here on the call. Gonna fall instead, and so dang fast. Night Stalker forced off by the supports. Coil does snap there on the Storm Spirit. So far, a 2-4-0, and Mariano, he might be dead here in a moment. It is daytime, yeah, you chase. That is daytime.
He's got BKB, but he's got no TP. It's on cooldown right now anyway, so even if he had it, he'd be able to... You might just have to pop the BKB to try to survive. He's getting run down anyways.
Yeah, there's no getting out of there even with BKB. He's so slow.
Unlucky. Man, meanwhile, while that was happening, like Mariano walks around, does a loop through the enemy team's triangle, then back through his own jungle. I don't know what you guys are doing over there. We're never going to push that. Waiting for item timings, man. Puts his eyes onto Guts down here. He's not going to be able to do much against him. He gets a single auto attack off, and he's going to face shift over to the trees, yeah.
How do you feel
It's
about RDO
unfortunate.
going for the Heart of Tarask here on the Phantom Lancer?
Again, this is a completely dated build. You're not going to be doing any damage. Like, these illusions are actually going to be burning down Medusa's mana pool very quickly, and she's going to stand her ground and trade with you. Like, this is not going to go as good as he thinks it is.
So Medusa's doing my favorite build here, which is this like Manta, Butterfly, Satanic. Because once you have that, even then, you're just so tanky. Like you're saying, she can just stand her ground, pop that Satanic, doesn't even care if she has mana or not, and will just kill heroes.
Yeah, that's a decent point. Scotty, you know, you're falling back on all this extra points of like int and mana. It's like a tanky build. You stand in front of the rest of your team. This one, I guess, higher DPS, but again, it's not amazing against the Dark Portrait. He's actually canceled the queue up for his Ghost Scepter.
Yeah,
and just going straight for the Aghanim Scepter now on Duster. He realized I need to punish this Medusa.
It is one of the only like counters from the support position, I suppose, into the Medusa. The only other one being Shadow Demon, obviously being able to break split shot.
Ooh. I'm not going to connect with anything over there. Yeah, longer this goes, honestly, the better off Infinity are going to be. Once you hit that 25-minute mark, which is the next major timing for them, Null Talisman's activate on Storm Spirit. He's going to be able to zip like almost twice as much as he currently is able to. Blink Dagger or Mariano is pretty important as well. They'll probably have the next couple of minutes here. So as long as you can like jump the backline instantly, pop the BKB, hit him with the Crippling Fear, will easily win these fights. Top lane.
Storm goes in, right onto LeBron, but he's got to be careful. There's the reinitiation from Sexy Fat. He just gets blown up. There's the bait this time. The high fives, the tips. That's some team camaraderie right there coming out from NoPing. In mid lane, they're going to be forced out after those TPs come through, and they're looking for more. They get in range. They could make the play here onto the Medusa. Mariano, he's going in. Crippling Fear, big play here onto the Sankey. He just gets absolutely shredded. Lumiere hasn't even taken any damage here, like you were talking about, as they chase down RDO's Phantom Lancer. Doppelganger with 40 HP ain't gonna really save you there. Oh, wait a minute. No chance this saves him, right? LeBron is dead to the Medusa. There's the Void. All right. He tried. He almost got out.
Yeah.
Nice 4-staff play there, but...
I managed to just interrupt that one pretty quickly with the Crippling Fear. Almost made it down with the Phantom Lancer, like you said, but not able to stand his ground. The damage just didn't come out fast enough onto the Medusa. She didn't really care. Mana got top back up thanks to Mystic Snake and whatnot, and then he ripped them apart. They did this all without the Storm Spirit, too.
Yeah, she just like pressed Manta and right-clicked, right? Like,
yeah, just like, okay, and...
the classic.
As soon as they go in there. Yep. One outside tower left, but it is about to expire at the very least, so you might be able to set up on something here. It will put Musa back up to full mana, though.
Dude, the Stone Gaze duration talent is so sick.
Yeah.
I love the Mjolnir here, too. This is one of the best PL counters. You actually just can't run illusions at her while while static charges on her.
Yeah, she had the Satanic queued up before this, which I really liked. Which doesn't like make the Dark Portrait of you that much stronger, but it makes you a lot tankier. It lets you hold your ground. It's just like an amazing item up against the Grimstroke, much more than the Scotty. Mjolnir, kind of the same thing, but like you mentioned, counter the Phantom Lancer. It is pretty sick with the split shot modifier to 25 as well.
It is the highest damage item in the game with split shot modifiers at 25, believe it or not.
I mean, multi-target. If you're like single target fighting somebody, obviously you're not getting any off, and you're much better with like an actual damage item. So it's difficult to quantify which is more useful.
Eventually, you want like Daedalus and stuff, which she's got queued up. I'm curious if she goes Daedalus or the Silver Edge build, because some people are kind of opting to go back for Silver Edge since it does still give you that crit chance, and then of course the attack speed that it gives you, as well as the mobility from the invis is not that bad either.
Yeah. I think it probably just commit hard for the Daedalus this game. You have a ton of attack speed because you've gone Butterfly and Mjolnir, so it's not as value on Medusa. Just like the extra crits and bonus damage, probably a little bit stronger. And having any attack speed or the break. Maybe if break was a little bit more useful this game, but it's like not amazing against anybody. Like, what do you disable? Caustic Finale and Juxtapose. But yeah, some people even pick up the Silver. Actually, pick it up quite often the Silver Edge when there's no games where, when there's no heroes that have like great passives for you to break. Yeah, you're right about that one. We're gonna see when Roche responds in another minute here. I'm looking at what item times. They just ended up picking up the Kaya Sanj on the Storm Spirit. He's maybe he's waiting for like a 26-minute room before he commits onto somebody. And he finds an arcane. Perfect. You'll love to see it.
It's about as good as it can get.
Good stuff, man. Is he just gonna dive an enemy, or are they gonna play around the pit here?
I think they'll probably end up wanting to take a fight. Like, you just have the Heart of Taras finished up on the PL here. So he is tanky, but he's, you know, he might not die, but he's not going to kill the Medusa either, right? So that's the situation you're in. It's like one immovable object meets another.
Yeah. All right. What are they going to go on? He's got the Blink Dagger. Does he see Duster? He does not, so
No,
they
have
don't
no
end up
vision on
connecting with
the
anybody. Yeah.
bottom
Yeah,
right
they do
side of the
see
map.
the ink spell end up coming through, though, so he's a little bit hesitant to show anybody. And I imagine NoPing even more hesitant. Is there creeps right now at your base? You've not done anything. So you say, yeah, Shard is done. Coddle. I completely missed that. So allow Storm Spirit to just, you know, sit inside the base or go through bottom lane, shove that one out, and then be recalled back up.
Yeah,
I think they might try to bait the Storm Spirit, though.
They might. I was thinking the same thing. It's not easy, though, because he has been pretty safe with his, like, lane pushing here. Well, except he mistimed that one, unfortunately.
Yeah. And meanwhile, again, hanging by the Roche pit. Comes forward. Dude, this is just... I hate this gameplay.
I mean, there was, what, the 85-minute game the other day that the Storm Spirit was, like, backpacking, like, Refresher, Sheepstick, all these other items just to put 5 null tallies in his
yeah, he had
inventory to cut lanes, and it's like, wow, what a great hero concept.
What a great video game. We got Roshan responding in 10 seconds, by the way. Oh, Puck trying to catch out to the Storm Spirit. But yeah, we got Roshan responding in just a couple seconds here. Lumiere, no. It's heading to the pit just before it respawns.
Dude,
so they're not going to scout it out.
Cloak of Flame. Sand King. It's like one of the best feeling items you can get on this hero.
That or Blaster, which he also has.
Yeah. This game, Blast Rig is pretty okay as well, but...
Who do you think they give that one to?
Probably Pugna, honestly.
Punish the Storm Spirit for trying to jump Pugna on the back line.
Pugna or the Night Stalker, yeah. But if they're going to initiate on him, they probably just pop BKB, so it's hard to say. Satanic is done on the Medusa as Lumiere walks into the Roche pit here, so he is having a great time. Level 22, 28 minutes into the game, 23,000 net worth.
Compared to the paltry, what, not even 16,000 net worth here on the Phantom Lancer, very sad. Speaking of PL.
I mean, that 8k gold advantage is almost exclusively the Medusa this game.
Yeah. It's about to get worse as well. She's heading down the top lane. How close are they? All right, there's still 2,000 gold away from the Dark Porch. I do feel like the Dark Porch could potentially be an issue, even though you are now countering it with the items that you're building.
Who are they going to give the Aghanim Shard to? She's just backpacked it for the moment.
Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's forgotten that she has it.
I imagine it's either her or the Storm Spirit, but for now, Lumiere holding on to it.
You don't really care about the Electric Grave up until you hit the 25 on Storm, so
okay, they do drop
he's probably not going to pick it up yet.
Someone? They're going to recall
pick it up.
Storm, right?
What do they do? I mean, someone should just be holding it if that's the case. They're trying to bait them out with this Aghanim Shard. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. They don't have vision of it, but yes, they are. Lumiere takes the first tower.
Like, okay, we don't care that much about the shard. We want them to go forward instead.
All right, there it is. Medusa out of mana, pops Satanic instead, lays into Sexy Fat, forces him out for the moment, and he takes the range barracks, now looking to go for more, but Lumiere still alive, has Aegis for another 3 minutes, gonna finally get burnt here.
What is Storm Spirit? Okay, you're getting rid of recall. You have a regen rune active right now on the Storm Spirit. He's gonna ball in and jump the back line.
Yeah.
For sure. Puck is TP'd, meanwhile, to the, or just cancel the TP over to the other side of the map. Once he realized, I think Storm was here.
And the question is, can they get the melee barracks here? They still have pretty much everything available.
No, the answer is yes.
Okay, I like the answer. Very confident.
Yeah. Just
Look at all these sentries. There's just 3 sentries placed within like 300 units of each other.
Yeah. Man, need another sentry just a little bit further away.
All right, I mean, they could go in with the Blink Epicenter at any moment. Of course, the chain stuns with Duster's Grimstroke are pretty big. But now that RDO's here has the Aghanim Shard, it might be too much, and they're going to be forced out. So it is a little bit annoying to play against, and they are going to respect NoPing's high ground defense and back off.
Well, that's boring.
It is rather boring, yes. All right, who took the Shard? Where is this? I was right. They did put on Storm Spirit. All right, so Electric Rave is online.
Yeah, I mean, he'll build it eventually. He wants it for his level 25, but prior to then, I don't really think he cares.
Yeah, it's just, this saves you 1,400 gold later. Here you go.
Right. He does care about this, though. Aghanim Scepter that he's building on top of the 4 null talismans that he's currently holding. You know what would be one way to remove this? If you got rid of backpacks.
No way, dude. I remember the era of playing without backpacks, and that was the literal worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Remember how terrible it was playing a support without a backpack? And you're like, oh, I gotta have dust, I gotta have smoke, I gotta have sentries.
They've given this man a crutch, and he's hitting people with it.
So you're saying Storm Spirit shouldn't have a backpack? You're advocating to put one person down.
Yeah.
Okay. The techies treatment, I like it.
Yeah.
Smoke to the top lane. Infinity. Are they gonna find Sexy Fatter Guts here? These would be big, but he does have the BKB finished up. Dark Ascension comes out. They saw him for a split second, and they will have the detection and the vision to chase down the puck. Void there to cancel the TP. Crippling Fear, though, preventing him from escaping, but it will expire now, and Guts drops the coil. Mid-orb, what a stylish play. The blink out. Mariano still with the chase. I don't know if he can actually survive, but this is pretty... It's pretty close. He's going to make it. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, the coil ended up coming out towards. Yeah, there's a tip out as well. Man, come on. You don't tip. It was a pretty sick play there by the puck, though. He drops the coil onto him. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure Mariano would have BKB'd, but I think it ended up happening so fast onto him. And the fact that you don't have that mini stud now at the beginning of the stream coil means that you don't have a ton of time to react to it being dropped on you.
Yeah, it was basically a perfectly placed coil. Also, I really thought Storm Spirit was going to jump him. I don't know why. Like, I really thought Storm was going to make the chase up to the top half of the map there, but instead left to go farm some creeps, some juicy creeps. And much like juicy creeps, LeBron dying on the Pugna. Did manage to cut a couple waves, though.
And Guts trying to cut some waves down in the bottom lane now as well. Long 3 minutes until potential Roshan respawn. You have double damage rune on the... I mean, just walk up high ground right now, man.
I swear, every time I look at Lumiere, he has like a full other item, and I don't know how he does it. Like, he has a Daedalus now.
Yeah, unfortunately, his game is going on so long now that this Grimstroke almost has an Aghanim Scepter. So he's got Aghanim Scepter, Psychic Headband, Aether Lens. He's gonna have a ton of cast range to just drop the Dark Portrait from it. It's actually gonna tear through the Medusa's team.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have built yourself so strong, unfortunately, because you're just going to make the Grimstroke stronger. What can you do?
It's like when you play Luna into Darkseer, right? It's one of those things where it's just like Darkseer just becomes better Luna eventually. He just drops walls on you, and those glaives bounce for like 60% more damage.
Yeah.
Oh, how nice of you to give me all this damage. Very cool.
Man, they're still not making a move. He's afraid to walk up to high ground. I mean, it is very difficult fighting into this ward, and then it's difficult to turn around because the Dream Coil, but it's about to get harder. I mean, again, Aghanim Scepter completed. You almost have the 25 on pocket. I think this is something that Storm Spirit is very scared of.
Yeah, everyone should be. It's a terrifying. Ooh.
Ooh.
You might wish to retract.
Nice try. You can't get your hands on him, though. All right, this is the absolute... Oh, unfortunately, your courier ends up going down after you drop that all chat line. This is just the absolute state of Dota right now. People are just picking heroes that you can't touch.
Yeah.
Puck moves around too fast and vulnerable part of the time. Storm Spirit moves around too fast and vulnerable part of the time. The mid meta, man. These heroes need to be balanced. They don't do so much damage if they have this kind of utility.
Dude, Lumiere is on a whole nother level right now. He is increasing his net worth advantage over this PL so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you have a lot of respect for this. You're a big finance guy, Ricky.
Where'd you get that? Where'd you hear that?
You love the stocks, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Very big into the stocks.
I will
like
give
chicken
it
stock, bone broth stock, all those stocks.
As much as I'm teasing you about this, bringing up the Medusa network, this is pretty impressive farm. They ended up losing the Enchantress there as well. All right, back to this, the farming game. Marino's actually got an ultimate though. His vision of these heroes tries to go for the courier of all things.
Did you just ult for a courier?
Yeah. He did.
Well, Puck also just sneaks on through all of them. All right, Guts is really starting to toy with their emotions. They're actually going to smoke up on the side of NoPing here and try and make a play of their own.
Yeah. No, I mean, Roshan is responding pretty soon. We've already hit the timer like 20 seconds ago, so now it's the time for this team to move around the pit and establish some vision. You don't want to give this one up. This is your path back out of your base if you can get yourself a good fight around the Roche pit. Yeah, so vision established there. They don't end up connecting with the Medusa, unfortunately. And speaking of, she's working on the Aghanim Scepter next. I very much like this pickup.
Yeah, I mean, she got Swift Blink, so what else do? You already sold your boots. Just get Ags.
Yeah, just get Ags. 297 movement speed. Was she getting the boost from? Oh, Manta, right?
Yeah, Manta.
Almost forget that item still gives you
Timeless Relic for the Storm Spirit. Increased duration on Electric Vortex. One of the better heroes to get this item on. Roshan's still not up. 42 more seconds. This is a super long respawn.
Yeah, it was 2 minutes. So, pretty long. He's going for a Blink Dagger on Storm. Oh, for the Arcane Blink, the mana cost reduction. Very cool.
Got to replace those null tallies at some point.
No, you just you swap the null tallies into your inventory after Arcane Blinking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't replace the null talisman. How foolish of you to think that.
Oh, Blink Burrow Strike catches the Enchantress. Lumiere's on the low ground here, and Storm goes into the backside. 3 hero Vortex on top of them. Getting the action finish him off. LeBron's going to be the first kill. They did manage to hold down the Medusa for the time being, thanks to the soul bind there from the Grimstroke. But at the end of the day, they get the buyback, they get the BKB even from the Storm Spirit. So it's really not that bad for NoPing here.
That's a cope. I said that the big part of this one was the fact that you can potentially turn this to you leaving your base again. I feel like it's right back to the drawing board. It's smoked up now on the side of Infinity. Like the moment you try to take a fight into them, you lose this. BP, I don't think he cares that much about committing his BKB, and
yeah, they just have the vision advantage too.
Lumiere has not really been a part of these fights.
Scary position. Medusa just blinks into the center of the enemy team and just destroys the Grimstroke. The Dark Portrait, it's already dead.
Yeah, and now right into the pit with them. I don't think you can fight this either. I mean, this is your best opportunity. You have some BKBs on cooldown, know exactly where the enemies are, but even with your best opportunity, you can't fight into it.
How often do you just see a Giga Chad like this Medusa just blinking? Oh, and a DD rune, all right, of course. Just blinking into the center of 4 heroes when smoke expires. Like, how often does Medusa do that?
I mean, that's the ideal gameplay of Medusa, but it's very rare for actually be able to get that one off. They kind of allowed her to set up on that one. But the double damage is going to make this even easier for her, like you mentioned. They can buy themselves a little bit of time with a Fortify, but their base is just going to melt now.
Yeah, they'll fort mid for sure, but you also have Guts doing a decent split push bottom, a pretty big creep wave here for the moment. That being said, Lumiere, he's lost pretty much all of his mana already, but yeah, he's not gonna be able to Satanic this, so he will lose that Aegis, and when he comes back, he's got to be careful here. Will-O-Wisp does come down for the moment. Again, Lumiere trying to do what he can here to the tower. Will be able to finish it off, but Sexy Fat. Will-O-Wisp interrupting his blink. Oh, Coil on the backside does manage to find the Storm Spirit, but he's alone. Like, there's no one here to follow this up, and they're out.
Yeah, Dark Portrait died pretty immediately there, by the way, but Lumiere, what was it that he did? I mean, just ended up melting there. A little bit surprised they didn't try to follow up, but oh, that's what it was. I'm losing it here, a little bit too tired. They dropped the Witch Bane on the Sand King. He actually dispelled the double damage on the Medusa at the beginning of that fight.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And then he like dispelled it with the Witch Bane, then threw it into his backpack, threw it back to base, and so it didn't look like DD just expired. There's not really a great animation for it either, so it was hard to notice.
That's tricky stuff. I like it.
Yeah.
Now this game, Sand King will almost have to get to this 25 talent of that Sandstorm blind. It is something that Medusa can't really play inside of. So if Sand King gets there, it's definitely a potential window for NoPing, because that, you know, does force her, I was gonna say, to get a BKB, and she has the money for it if she wants. Of course she does.
Yeah, she's girl bossing it right
She's
now.
girl bossing. She's a woman with everything.
Yeah. 13,000 net worth ahead of this Phantom Blazer, the enemy team counterpart. Doing just fine. Top lane? Alright, never mind. Not gonna commit on to the puck.
I'm over here.
The fact that this exists in Dota is something else.
It's
All
the
right.
future that some people wished for. I go, let's nerf Null Talisman by making it so it doesn't provide you that little bit of spell amp. We don't want to give you like 6% spell amp per Null Talisman, and then it's an item that you spam out on Storm Spirit now. Very cool stuff. We're into the exact same problem with the Kaya.
Techies died for this, by the way. I just want you to remember that.
That hero's still good.
My hero is pretty
You just
good.
can't play it AFK now.
Yeah, you can't just...
I'm sorry that people like Slacks want to just scream at their team and not participate in the game. They can't play that anymore.
Yeah, no griefing allies. Ooh, top lane. They find Sexy Fat. The zip. Oh, he blinks, dodges it out. He gets the BKB. He's going to TP home. I'm surprised that they waited on the Storm Spirit. Wait, who has the gem? Didn't he have a gem? It's on the Sand King. Never mind.
Yeah.
They just flew right over a ward. I'm surprised Mariano didn't try to pop that Blink Dagger with a Void, but they saw that storm coming from a mile away.
Huzzah!
Yeah. Unfortunate. Mariano? All right. Now it is daytime for another minute and 20 seconds here. It is so difficult for either team to fight into the opponent's high ground, though, because just being able to set up with his Nether Ward or Puck being able to turn things around at these level 25.
He gets a big initiation. Coil onto 2, but an immediate Hex. Big initiation from Sexy Fat onto the backside, trying to take down the Medusa, but she's just too strong. And there it is, the Refresher Vortex holding 3 heroes down in the Medusa's gaze. RDO trying to run, but it's not going to happen. He dies without buyback. The Puck couldn't get back into the fight, and Lumiere, no mana, so what?
By the way, we actually don't have buyback now on RDO. They're just going to run it down and try to force it, but they're going to be pleasantly surprised in a couple of seconds here. He bought out before he dropped. He wanted to be able to fight it with the MKB.
Yeah,
but
it
MKB
didn't work out
Scotty,
too
okay,
well.
Great. Yeah, I'm going to pierce your evasion. I have tons of stats now. You're not going to be able to run away from me, but again, she's able to stand your ground here on Lumiere. And
Dark
this
Portrait's
don't feel
coming.
I mean, it's going to go pretty quick as well, unfortunately. Oh, no, while he's stunned. He's actually putting a lot of damage to the Medusa.
Well, Medusa just got her BKB delivered, though, and she will just hold her ground, take down the Dark Portrait. PP takes down the Grimstroke on the backside. That's going to be a dieback, and the Dust into the Hex. This will be the 5th hero to fall. Does have buyback, but the GG comes out, and it's going to be Infinity taking game number 1.
A little bit of a rough start back into this by Guts, a.k.a. Mr. Jeans. Infinity. We clutched it out with a sick game number 1. Lumiere is just way too far, man. Man is too good at playing the position 1. No one gets money like he does.
I was going to say, Lumiere is one of the fastest farming carries I think I've ever seen, and he gets to play a Medusa. He finished the game 5-1-8, but 43,000 net worth and a ridiculous 759 last hits. Almost 1,000 GPM. Almost 1,000.
Almost 1,000 GPM on a non-alchemist hero is absolutely unheard of. So you were going off on it. I was teasing you about the hero being super farmed, but At that point, you have to have like some spreadsheet open about the most efficient farming patterns to be able to pull that off. So well
Yeah.
played there by Lumiere. PP Mariano obviously doing pretty solid as well this game. Mario's hitting up a lot of kills, counting out some interesting plays. I mean, that one time where he popped Dark Ascension for a courier, but he might have just been feeling himself there.
No, they're just having some fun, right? At
Mhm.
the end of the day, I think they knew, right? There was no chance this PL was going to be able to contest this Medusa. They did what they could with the Dark Portrait, but every time it was spawned, very quick reaction from Lumiere. He just instantly targets it down, and yeah, the threat's removed, and Infinity remove NoPing from game one. So we're gonna go to a quick break, right? We're gonna go to a quick break, everyone. We'll be back with game two here of Infinity versus NoPing. Stay tuned. We'll see you then.